panicking. Like a blazing comet, she has burst onto the global stage, joining the ranks of fearless Pan-Africanist leaders like Burkina Faso's Captain Ibrahim Traoré. With a steely resolve and a heart burning for justice, President Nandine Ndaitwah has unleashed a series of audacious policies that have left the world stunned. From deporting over 500 American nationals without visas to championing visa-free travel for Africans, restructuring the oil and gas sector, and demanding an apology from Germany for the Namibian genocide, she's not just leading Namibia, she's rewriting the rules of African sovereignty. This is no ordinary presidency. This is a clarion call for dignity, unity, and progress. President Nandine Ndaitwah isn't smiling, and neither should those who underestimate her vision for a liberated Africa. Let's start with the bombshell that's got tongues wagging from Windhoek to Washington. Over 500 American nationals are facing deportation from Namibia for flouting immigration laws. You heard that right. Namibia is sending a clear message to the world: no visa, no stay. In a fiery declaration that reverberated across borders, President Nandine Ndaitwah laid down the law. If Africans need visas to enter the US, then Americans must also need visas to enter Namibia. This isn't just a policy shift. It's a seismic stand for reciprocity and respect in international relations. For too long, African nations have been subjected to humiliating visa requirements by Western powers, while their citizens waltz into our lands with impunity. Not anymore. President Nandine Ndaitwah has drawn a line in the sand, asserting Namibia's dignity and demanding fairness on the global stage. Government sources confirm that the deportation targets are clear. Americans who've overstayed their welcome or entered Namibia without proper documentation are in the crosshairs. Immigration officials have hit the ground running, serving deportation notices with precision and purpose. Law enforcement agencies are working hand in hand to ensure the process is lawful, orderly, and respectful of human rights. Because Namibia isn't about chaos, it's about justice. This bold move isn't an act of aggression but a powerful statement of principle. President Nandine Ndaitwah has made it crystal clear: Namibia will no longer be a playground for those who disregard its laws. And for Africans who've endured endless queues and rejections at foreign embassies, this is a moment to stand tall. Our continent is rising and Namibia is leading the charge. But President Nandine Ndaitwah isn't stopping there. In a parallel announcement that set hearts ablaze with Pan-African pride, she's pushing for visa-free entry for citizens of all African nations. Yes, you read that correctly. Namibia is throwing open its doors to its African brothers and sisters, tearing down the colonial borders that have divided us for centuries. This isn't just about travel. It's about unity, trade, and collective progress. Imagine a continent where Africans move freely, share ideas, build businesses, and strengthen bonds without the shackles of visas. President Nandine Ndaitwah envisions an Africa where no citizen is treated as a foreigner on their own soil, and she's turning that vision into reality. This policy is a love letter to the continent, a pledge to foster intra-African solidarity and smash the barriers that have kept us apart. From Lagos to Nairobi, Accra to Addis Ababa, the message is resounding: Africa is one, and Namibia is paving the way. Now, let's talk about the economic revolution brewing in Namibia's oil and gas sector. Just like Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who's shaking up Burkina Faso with fearless reforms, President Nandine Ndaitwah is taking no prisoners when it comes to securing Namibia's wealth for its people. In a masterstroke of leadership, she's placed the country's burgeoning oil and gas industry under direct presidential oversight. Why? Because Namibia's resources belong to Namibians, not foreign corporations or corrupt elites. With international giants like Total Energies and Shell sniffing around since their initial finds in 2022, the stakes are sky high. While some discoveries have been deemed non-commercial, the potential for oil production is a game-changer for this sparsely populated nation of 3 million. President Nandine Ndaitwah isn't naive. She knows the world is watching, and she's determined to ensure every drop of oil benefits her people. This restructuring isn't just about efficiency, it's about accountability. By bringing the sector under her direct control, President Nandine Ndaitwah is sending a loud message. There'll be no shady deals or backroom betrayals on her watch. She's promised transparency, adherence to Namibian laws, and responsible management of revenues. This is Pan-Africanism in action, taking ownership of our resources and using them to uplift our people. Just as Captain Traoré has rallied Burkinabés to reclaim their destiny, President Nandine Ndaitwah is mobilizing Namibians to harness their natural wealth for schools, hospitals, and jobs. The oil and gas sector is no longer a free-for-all. It's a national treasure, and she's guarding it with the ferocity of a lioness. And then there's the matter of historical justice. President Nandine Ndaitwah has turned her gaze to the scars of the past, demanding that Germany face its atrocities head-on. The Namibian genocide of 1904 to 1908, where tens of thousands of Herero and Nama people were slaughtered by German colonial forces, remains a gaping wound. For years, Namibia has sought a sincere apology, just reparations, and atonement. President Nandine Ndaitwah isn't mincing words. She's called on Germany to apologise unequivocally and engage meaningfully on reparations. While talks have dragged since 2015, with a 2021 joint declaration rejected by many Namibians, she's breathing new life into the fight. Her resolve is unshakable. Justice for the descendants of the genocide's victims is non-negotiable. This isn't just about Namibia, it's about Africa's broader reckoning with colonial legacies. President Nandine Ndaitwah's stance mirrors Captain Traoré's defiance against neo-colonialism in Burkina Faso. Both leaders are saying enough is enough, no more half-hearted gestures or empty promises.